Hi, and welcome back to OTH Inside. I'm Amy Hotz, film reporter with the Star News.
And I'm Jeff Heideck. This week we've got lots of great One Tree Hill news to bring to you, but first, let's talk about what happened in this week's episode. This week on One Tree Hill, it was all about Peyton and Lucas. Now, in case we all forgot, the show actually jumped ahead 4 years, a season ago. It was all about the flashbacks. We looked back into Peyton's past, and apparently after she turned down her proposal from Lucas when she was living out in California, she met up with this guy named Julian, and she ended up falling in love with him, or at least so she says. And in last night's episode, we got to see some flashbacks of their relationship. The show obviously had to show to us that they fell in love very quickly so that we could all watch it blow up in Chad's face in last night's episode this week when he found out that she had been dating this guy. Now, why he's so mad, I don't know. Again, their whole relationship has been off and on for so many years, and that's really what the show is all about anyway. But hopefully that Julian storyline will cause some friction, give them some more meaty storylines to work with as they go forward. Julian, of course, is back in town because he wants to produce Lucas's movie, the movie based on his book, The Unkindness of Ravens, and so it's also digging up all those old feelings in Lucas. And he was trying this week to write the death scene of his uncle, and he had to talk to Dan about what that was like. And of course, you know me, I really love Paul Johansson, so any chance to get Dan back in the show more is good for me. And a couple other storylines, nothing super exciting this week, except it seems like Nathan has finally sworn off Slam Ball, so that's good news for everybody. Now we're going to go over to Amy, and she's going to talk about some Chad Michael Murray news this week in Wilmington.
I have two bits of Chad Michael Murray news today. The first is HBO TV series Eastbound and Down, which was also filmed in Wilmington, just wrapped principal photography last week. Before that, I got to go on set and interview several people, one of which was location manager Andy Sleet. And Andy had some One Tree Hill trivia to say. He said that originally they had scouted out Chad Michael Murray's house in that neighborhood and considered using it as a principal's house in the show, but it didn't quite work out. So they looked a little farther and ended up shooting at a home not too far from Chad's place, and it's in the same neighborhood. So when you sit down and you start watching Eastbound and Down when it premieres in the late winter, and you're looking at the principal's house, Chad Michael Murray's place is not too far away. Also, I got an email from a reader not too long ago who said that we need to give Chad credit where credit is due. He said that every year he has something going on in his yard for Halloween, and this year topped all previous years. He had a Peter Pan theme going on with a giant pirate ship in the front yard, and it was kind of cut halfway off and leaning into the ground so that it looked like the ship was sinking. Chad apparently was dressed like a pirate, and his girlfriend was dressed like Tinkerbell, and she was tossing candies off the stern. There was also quite a few fog machines backlit with blue lights that made it look like an eerie ocean scene, and then they had several pirates in outfits running around the yard, some of which would hide in the bushes and scare the kids as they came by. So it looked like they were having great fun there.
And of course, Chad Michael Murray isn't the only high-profile cast member around town these days. James Lafferty is executive producing a film called For Keeps. It's a documentary about a minor league basketball team, and it's going to be premiering this month at the Cucaloris Independent Film Festival here in Wilmington. Cucaloris is 14 years old. It's a film festival that's been really popular here among the locals. It's a juried show. They get submissions from all over the world, and while they don't administer prizes, it is juried, so it seems like James's film had to have had some fans to get picked in the first place. We'll bring you more about For Keeps and about James in future episodes of OTH Inside, but for this week, that's all the time we have. I'm Jeff Heideck. Thanks for stopping by.